God says, "My child, I know what you just found out. The news that shattered your peace, the truth that broke your trust, the moment that stole the breath from your chest. Your soulmate, the one you loved with pure intention, has left the country. They didn't tell you, they didn't even say goodbye. And when you found out who they left with, your heart fell to its knees. Because it wasn't a stranger. It wasn't someone distant. It was your best friend. My child, I saw that moment. I saw you staring at your phone, your hands trembling, your soul whispering, "No, this can't be true." I saw how you tried to make sense of it, how your mind kept replaying every memory, every laugh, every promise, every night you trusted them both. You gave your love freely, and you gave your friendship completely. You never imagined that the two people you cared about the most would walk away together, leaving you standing alone in silence. But listen, my beloved, I am here in that silence. I am right beside you in the place where your tears fall. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. What you see as betrayal is not the end, it is the divine unveiling of truth that was hidden from your eyes. You see, my child, sometimes I have to allow what hurts to happen so that you can see what was real and what was only pretending. That love you thought was solid, I saw how it began to fade long before you did. I saw your soulmate's heart wandering, not because you were not enough, but because they were searching for what they could not understand within themselves. I saw your best friend's envy growing quietly, like a shadow behind their smile. You didn't notice it, because your heart is pure. You believed their words. You loved without doubt. You trusted without question. But my child, not every heart that stands beside you beats with your truth. Not every person who smiles at you wants your light to shine. Some souls, when they see your peace, feel their own emptiness more deeply. And instead of healing it, they try to take what you have. That is what happened here. It wasn't love that took your soulmate away. It was confusion, it was temptation, it was weakness. And the one you called your best friend, they were not guided by love, but by the silent voice of jealousy that whispered in their ear, telling them they could have what was meant for you. But my child, no one can take what I have written for you. No one can steal a destiny that carries your name. They may leave together, but what they have built is not rooted in truth, it is built on lies, and lies cannot stand forever. I know you're asking me, why, God? Why would you let them hurt me like this? And I say to you, my precious one, I did not let them hurt you to destroy you. I allowed it so you could see who was never meant to walk with you. You prayed for truth. You asked me to remove anyone pretending to love you. This is my answer, not in words, but in revelation. When I remove someone from your life, it may look like loss, but it is protection. When I expose a friend's true face, it may feel like betrayal, but it is awakening. And when love leaves in silence, it is often because I am preparing a louder, purer love that will never walk away. Your tears tonight are not wasted. Each one falls into my hands. I gather them like precious pearls, for they carry the weight of your sincerity. You loved purely. You gave honestly. And that kind of love never returns empty. It will come back to you, not from the same person, but in the divine form of something greater. My child, I know how your chest feels heavy. How your room feels colder. How your thoughts echo with questions that have no answers. You wonder if your soulmate ever loved you at all. You wonder if your best friend ever truly cared. And it breaks you, because you realize you were surrounded by people who smiled while planning to leave. But I want you to know, this pain is not punishment. It is purification. The truth had to come out before I could bring in your real blessings. If I had let you continue with those who carried deceit in their hearts, they would have destroyed your peace completely. So yes, it hurts now, but it would have hurt worse later. I removed the poison before it reached your soul. You must understand, my child, love and betrayal often stand close to each other in life's lessons. Where there is light, there will always be a shadow trying to follow it. But you are not the shadow, you are the light. That is why you feel pain so deeply. Because your heart was sincere in a world where many hearts are not. Do not curse the ones who left. Do not wish them harm. I am the judge, not you. Their journey will teach them what they tried to steal. They will learn that love cannot be built on deception. And one day, their laughter will turn into silence, and in that silence, they will remember your kindness, your prayers, your love, and they will weep. But you, my child, will not be there to watch. You will already be walking in new peace. You will already be healed, glowing, rising. For now, rest. Let yourself cry. You don't have to pretend to be strong in front of me. Fall apart in my presence, for I am the one who holds every broken piece. You are not broken beyond repair, you are breaking open into truth. And soon, you will look back and say, it was painful, but it set me free. Because freedom often begins in heartbreak. When people leave, they take their masks with them. When lies are exposed, truth walks in. And when the wrong ones exit, space is made for the right ones to enter. You think you lost love, but you are about to find yourself, and that is the most divine love of all. You think you lost your friend, but I am sending you souls who will love you with honesty, not with envy. You think your life fell apart, but I am rebuilding it stronger, clearer, and brighter than before. This chapter may look like betrayal, but it is really the beginning of your transformation. You are shedding the weight of false attachments. You are awakening from illusion. And soon, you will understand why this had to happen, not to destroy you, but to free you. So, my child, take a deep breath. The world may have turned its back, but heaven is still standing with you. The people who left your side have no idea what kind of light they walked away from. But I know. I see your worth, even when others pretend not to. Every tear will be turned into wisdom. Every lonely night will become a doorway to strength. And every unanswered question will be replaced with peace that words cannot explain. This is not the end of your story. This is the cleansing before your miracle. The same God who watched them walk away will soon show you why they had to go. Keep your heart open, my beloved. Don't let bitterness take root where love once lived. Forgive, but remember. Let go, but rise. Because your next chapter will be written by my own hand, and in it, you will not cry the same tears again. You will smile again, not because everything is the same, but because you will realize that what left was never meant for your future. And as you rest tonight, I will whisper this truth into your heart: you did not lose them. You only lost what was pretending to love you. And soon, you will see that the one thing that truly remained was me. My child, now that the first storm has passed, I want to open your eyes to the truth that was hidden behind what happened. I know your heart still aches. I know you still wake up hoping it was all just a bad dream. You keep replaying their faces in your mind, the one you loved, and the one you called your best friend. You try to understand how they could walk away so easily, how they could betray your trust without even looking back. But listen closely, my beloved, nothing they did was hidden from me. Before it happened, I already saw the plan. I watched as your best friend began to change. I saw the moment jealousy entered their heart. It began as something small, a thought they tried to ignore. They admired what you had, your peace, your love, your light. But soon, admiration turned to envy. Envy turned to desire. And desire turned into a plan. You never saw it coming because your love was pure. You shared your dreams with your best friend. You told them how much your soulmate meant to you. You even asked them for advice when things got hard. You didn't know that the same person you were trusting with your pain was secretly feeding your soulmate doubts about you. Yes, my child, the one you called friend began planting tiny seeds of confusion in your soulmate's mind. They said words like, "I think they're changing. I think they don't love you the same anymore, maybe you deserve someone who understands you better." And your soulmate, already struggling with their own insecurities, started to listen. You see, your soulmate wasn't strong enough to protect your love from outside voices. They were easily swayed by what sounded comforting. And the more your friend pretended to help, the more they pushed your soulmate away from you. It didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, quiet manipulation, one that you couldn't see, because it wore the face of friendship. I watched you pray for that friend, thinking they were loyal. I watched you defend them when others warned you. You said, "They'd never hurt me. They're my person. They're family." And even when your heart started to feel uneasy, you silenced it because you believed love and loyalty were enough to keep people true. But my child, some hearts are not loyal to love, they are loyal to their desires. They will betray even the kindest soul if it helps them feel powerful, wanted, or seen. The truth is, your best friend never truly wanted your soulmate, they wanted your light. They wanted your peace, your happiness, the way you loved so deeply. You became a mirror that reminded them of everything they lacked inside. And when envy grows unchecked, it blinds a person completely. So they reached for what wasn't theirs, believing it would fill the emptiness inside. But what they don't realize is that anything built on betrayal eventually collapses. I did not bless their union, my child. They may have left the country, but they cannot outrun truth. They cannot escape the echo of their own choices. Their souls will feel the weight of guilt and emptiness that follows deception. Meanwhile, I am here, working in silence for your healing. Because even though they walked away with each other, I will make sure you walk away with something far more powerful, wisdom. You see, love is not always what it seems. Sometimes what feels like the perfect bond is really a divine test. You asked me to show you who was truly meant for you. I did not answer with words, I answered by allowing masks to fall. And when masks fall, it always hurts. But the truth, my child, is that your soulmate was not as connected to you as you thought. Their soul still needed to learn lessons about loyalty, gratitude, and faithfulness. They were not ready for the kind of love you carry. You gave them a piece of heaven, and they did not know how to cherish it. Don't think for a moment that your love was wasted. No, my child, you were the light in their darkness. You were sent to show them what real love looks like. But when people are not ready for truth, they run from it. They confuse comfort with connection. They choose what is easier, not what is divine. But do you know what happens when someone walks away from a soul like yours? At first, they feel free. They feel excited, distracted by the illusion of something new. They travel far, they smile for pictures, they tell themselves they did the right thing. But deep down, a small voice begins to whisper, "This isn't peace, this is escape." That whisper grows louder with time. Because peace cannot exist where betrayal lives. Joy cannot grow from a lie. And soon, what they thought would make them happy will begin to feel like a cage. You, on the other hand, will begin to rise. You will cry, yes, but those tears will water the seeds of your new beginning. You will learn to listen to your intuition again. You will learn that love is not supposed to break your self-worth. You will learn that loyalty is sacred, and that not everyone deserves the deepest parts of your heart. This was not your punishment, my child. This was your protection. Because if I had allowed them to stay, they would have drained you completely. You would have continued giving to people who only took. And one day, you would have woken up feeling empty, not because you lacked love, but because you were surrounded by people who didn't know how to love right. So, I allowed this truth to unfold now, while you still have time to rebuild, while you still have strength to start again. I know it feels unfair. I know it feels like you lost everything. But what you really lost was what was blocking your blessings. Your soulmate's journey is not over, and neither is your best friend's. Both will face the mirror of their own choices. They will see themselves clearly one day. They will remember how much you gave, how loyal you were, how forgiving your heart was, and that realization will break them in ways you will never have to experience. But do not wait for that day, my child. Let me handle their lessons. You must focus on yours. Your lesson now is faith. Faith when you don't understand. Faith when it feels like your heart is in pieces. Faith that I will turn this pain into power. I am already sending healing to your heart. I am already removing the spirit of betrayal that tried to cling to your energy. I am already preparing divine connections for you, people who will not envy your light, but protect it. In time, you will look back and see that this betrayal was the door that led you to your destiny. The people you thought you needed were never meant to go where I am taking you next. Their chapter in your story is finished, but your book is far from over. So, lift your head, my beloved. You are not the victim of betrayal, you are the survivor of divine redirection. I took away what was unstable, so I could give you what is eternal. Soon, your heart will be whole again. Soon, the emptiness will turn into peace. And soon, you will understand that losing them was not the end, it was the moment you were set free from the chains of illusion. The truth behind their departure was not to show you their strength, it was to show you your own. You will rise from this with a heart that is wiser, clearer, and filled with divine love. Remember, my child, the ones who betrayed you did not win, they only exposed themselves. You have not been left behind, you have been chosen for higher ground. And while they wander in search of happiness, I will guide you into peace that never fades. Keep trusting me. Because this chapter, though painful, is the sacred bridge between heartbreak and rebirth. And soon, the same God who watched them walk away will reveal why you needed to see it, so you could finally see your own worth. My child, the hardest part of your journey has already begun, the part where you must heal from what you never saw coming. You've faced the truth, and now you must face the silence that follows it. The silence where their voices are gone, the laughter that once filled your days has faded, and the memories keep echoing in your mind like ghosts that refuse to rest. I see you trying to hold yourself together. I see how your heart trembles when you think of how everything changed in one moment. I see you waking up with tears on your face, wondering how love could turn into absence so suddenly. But my child, I need you to know something that heaven has already written over your name: you will not stay broken forever. Yes, you were betrayed, but betrayal does not define you. Yes, they left, but their leaving is not the end of your story. This heartbreak is the fire that will purify your spirit, not destroy it. I am using this pain to rebuild you, piece by piece, into someone stronger, wiser, softer, and more radiant than ever before. You see, my beloved, healing is not instant. It's not a switch that you turn on and suddenly feel peace. Healing is a sacred process, slow, deep, and filled with moments where you feel like you are moving backward. But even when it feels like you are standing still, your soul is working quietly beneath the surface. Every tear you cry carries away a fragment of your pain. Every breath you take in faith brings light into the spaces where sorrow once lived. And every moment you choose not to go back to what broke you is a victory written in heaven. Your heart, my child, has been through a storm, but it is still beating. And that means your purpose is still alive. That means love will find you again, not the kind that hurts or hides, but the kind that mirrors the purity of your own soul. But before that love arrives, there must be a cleansing. You must release the weight you've been carrying, the guilt, the blame, the what-ifs. I know you keep asking yourself, was I not enough? You were more than enough, my child. But you were trying to be enough for hearts that were too small to hold the kind of love you gave. Your best friend's betrayal was not a reflection of your worth, it was a reflection of their emptiness. Your soulmate's departure was not proof that you are unlovable, it was proof that they were not ready to love deeply. And that is why I allowed them to go. I could not let your light be dimmed by those who only took from you. I could not allow you to keep pouring into hands that were never meant to carry your heart. So I separated you, not to cause pain, but to create peace. Now, it is time to heal. And healing begins when you stop asking why they left, and start asking why you stayed for so long with people who didn't see your value. Healing begins when you stop chasing closure from those who will never give it, and start finding peace in my presence. You don't have to understand everything that happened. Some things are not meant to be understood, they are meant to be surrendered. Let me take the burden of your overthinking, your sleepless nights, your silent tears. Hand them to me, my child. Every time your heart starts to ache, whisper my name. Every time your mind starts to wander back to the past, say, God, take this thought. I choose peace. You are not healing alone. Heaven is surrounding you with light. I have sent angels to walk beside you, to comfort you when no one else can. You may not see them, but you will feel them, in the stillness of the night, in the warmth of a quiet moment, in the gentle thought that says, you're going to be okay. And you will be okay. Because this pain, though sharp, is not eternal. It is temporary. It is the breaking of a shell so that your spirit can grow wings. Remember, my child, love is not supposed to drain you. Love is supposed to lift you, heal you, and reflect my divine light. The love that left was not love, it was a lesson. Do you know why your soul hurts so deeply? Because you loved with everything inside you. You didn't love halfway. You gave your heart fully, honestly, and selflessly. And that is a rare kind of love, a love I placed inside you. Do not regret it. Do not let pain make you believe that your love was a mistake. It was not. It was sacred. You simply gave it to the wrong people. But I promise you, the right soul will never make you question your worth. The right soul will never betray the light within you. The right soul will guard your heart the same way I do, gently, faithfully, eternally. Before that love arrives, I need you to fall in love with your own soul again. I need you to rediscover the beauty that exists within you, the part of you that still believes in kindness, that still hopes, that still dreams. You may think your heart is too broken to love again, but watch how I restore it. Watch how I fill your life with new light, new people, new peace. Watch how I turn this heartbreak into your divine transformation. Because healing is not just about forgetting the past, it's about remembering who you were before the pain. You were joyful, open, trusting, radiant, and all of that still lives inside you. The pain only buried it for a moment, but I am uncovering it again. One day soon, you'll wake up and realize you didn't think about them for hours. Then a day will come when you'll realize you didn't think about them at all. And when that happens, you'll smile, not because you stopped caring, but because you finally made peace with what you cannot change. That is healing. That is freedom. And in that freedom, you will discover a new purpose. You will find yourself doing things that bring joy to your soul again. You will meet people who see you for who you truly are. You will laugh without guilt, love without fear, and walk with faith so strong that nothing can shake it. But for now, my child, just breathe. Don't rush your healing. Healing is not about forgetting what happened, it's about remembering yourself without the pain attached to your name. Let go of the anger, because it only ties you to the ones who hurt you. Forgive, not for them, but for your peace. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because your heart deserves rest. Do not seek revenge, that is not your path. I am your justice. I am already working in ways you cannot see. The ones who betrayed you will soon learn that what they took from you was not just love, it was divine favor. And when that favor leaves them, they will understand what they lost. But you, my beloved, will walk in restoration. You will walk in light so bright that even your pain will become your testimony. People will look at you and say, "How did they survive that?" And you will say, "Because God carried me." So don't hide your scars. Your scars are proof that grace touched your wounds. Your scars are proof that betrayal did not break you, it built you. You are not who you were before this happened, you are becoming something more powerful. You are becoming someone who can love without fear, who can forgive without bitterness, and who can rise without needing validation. This is your healing season. And it is sacred. So, my child, when you feel lonely, remember, the loneliness is not emptiness. It's space being made for new blessings. When you feel weak, remember, that's when my strength becomes your power. And when you feel like giving up, remember, the story isn't over yet. Because after every heartbreak, I always write resurrection. After every betrayal, I always send redemption. After every tear, I always bring joy. And soon, you will realize that what broke you didn't break your destiny, it only broke what was blocking it. Your heart will not remain shattered. I am already healing it with light, love, and purpose. You will rise from this, my beloved. Not the same, but stronger, softer, and closer to me. And when I am done, you will look in the mirror and no longer see the person who was betrayed, you will see the divine soul who survived, who healed, and who became the living proof that nothing can destroy the one I have chosen. So rest, my child. The night may be long, but the dawn is near. And the dawn that is coming will bring not pain, but peace. Not tears, but blessings. Not loss, but renewal. This is your healing, and it has already begun. My child, I have watched you walk through the valley of heartbreak. I have seen you face nights where your tears had no sound, where your pain felt too heavy to name. But I also saw the moments when, even through your pain, you whispered, "God, I trust you." And that whisper, my beloved, moved heaven itself. Because when a wounded soul chooses faith instead of revenge, it touches the deepest part of my heart. When you let go of what you cannot control and place it in my hands, I begin to move mountains on your behalf. You thought I was silent while you cried, but my silence was not absence, it was preparation. I was not ignoring your pain, I was arranging divine justice. I was aligning every broken piece of your story so that it would one day shine as proof that I never fail those who trust me. Now, my child, listen carefully, justice is coming. Not the kind that screams loudly, not the kind that destroys, but the kind that arrives quietly, wrapped in divine timing. The ones who betrayed you may think they escaped the consequence of their choices, but truth cannot be buried forever. What is done in shadows will always face the light. Your soulmate and your best friend believed that leaving together would lead them to happiness. They thought that by walking away from you, they were walking toward freedom. But freedom built on betrayal turns into a prison of regret. And that is where they are now, trapped in the silence of their own choices. Their smiles no longer reach their hearts. Their laughter feels empty. And at night, when the world sleeps, they remember you. They remember your patience, your love, your prayers, your forgiveness. And it haunts them. They left thinking they found something better, but what they found instead was an illusion. Because what is built on lies cannot last. What is taken dishonestly will never bring peace. You, my child, have been through the fire, but look at you now. You are rising from the ashes. You are not the same person who once begged for answers. You are becoming a testimony of strength, faith, and divine grace. That is my justice. My justice is not always about punishment, sometimes it's about elevation. I lift the innocent higher so that the world can see that purity and faith always win in the end. I do not need to humiliate those who wronged you. Their own choices will teach them everything they need to learn. And you will shine brighter because of what you survived. This is your season of awakening. The pain that once broke you open is now letting light flow through you. You are beginning to see things clearly, not with anger, but with wisdom. You are learning that sometimes rejection is divine direction. That what leaves is often making room for what is destined. The same love that once made you cry will one day make you grateful. Because without that heartbreak, you would have never learned what unconditional faith feels like. Without that betrayal, you would have never discovered your strength. I know you once prayed for justice to look like revenge. You wanted them to feel what you felt, the pain, the confusion, the emptiness. But, my child, true justice does not require your bitterness. When you surrender their fate to me, I will handle them in ways that you cannot imagine. Already, their paths are growing restless. The relationship that started with passion is now filled with distance. They argue, they misunderstand, they feel uneasy, because my peace cannot dwell where dishonesty lives. They see each other now not through the lens of illusion, but through truth, and truth is not flattering when it reveals selfishness. You don't need to watch them fall, my beloved. You only need to keep rising. Because every step you take toward peace is a step away from their chaos. Remember this, my child, divine justice is not about hurting them, it's about healing you. It's about showing the world that I never abandon the righteous. It's about proving that light always wins over darkness, and that love built on lies eventually collapses. So, stop waiting for their apology. Stop waiting for closure from those who were never honest enough to give it. Your closure is not in their hands, it is in mine. And I am closing this chapter not with bitterness, but with blessings. Now, watch how I turn everything around for you. Where you once cried, I will make you laugh again. Where you once lost, I will restore more than you imagined. Where you once felt empty, I will fill you with peace so deep it will overflow into others. This is not a story of betrayal anymore, this is a story of rebirth. You are awakening into your true self, the version of you that no heartbreak can destroy. You are beginning to realize that what they did was not your ending, it was the divine spark that led you to your real purpose. You were never meant to chase love, you were meant to become love. You were never meant to beg for loyalty, you were meant to attract it naturally by being your authentic self. Your awakening, my child, is not happening in noise, it is happening in stillness. It's happening when you choose peace instead of revenge, when you forgive instead of hate, when you walk away with grace instead of proving your worth. That's where your true power lies, in the quiet strength that the world cannot see, but heaven celebrates. The people who walked away will one day witness your rise, not because you wanted to prove them wrong, but because my hand is upon your life. Every loss you faced was a seed planted for your elevation. Every heartbreak you endured was preparing your soul for something divine. Soon, opportunities will begin to open for you effortlessly. Doors that once stayed closed will swing wide. People who once ignored you will begin to see your light. And the same heart that was once broken will become a magnet for miracles. Because that's how I work, my child. I take what was meant to destroy you and turn it into the foundation of your blessing. Your soulmate and best friend may continue their journey far from you, but the farther they go, the closer you come to your destiny. And when they look back one day, they will see that everything they lost in you was irreplaceable. They will see that what they thought was freedom was really the beginning of emptiness. But do not wish them pain. You have outgrown the need for revenge. You have stepped into divine maturity, where you bless even those who betrayed you, not because they deserve it, but because your peace deserves it. That is what awakening truly means, to rise above human emotion and to stand in divine grace. You are awakening, my child, into your purpose, your peace, and your power. So lift your head high. Walk in forgiveness, but don't walk backward. You owe your future the chance to be free from the past. This is your moment to rebuild, to realign, to return to yourself. The pain that once made you question your worth is now the reason you know your strength. The heartbreak that once blinded you has now opened your spiritual eyes. And what you see now is truth. Clear, calm, sacred truth. You see that you never needed their validation. You see that love without honesty is not love at all. You see that what left your life was not a loss, it was a lesson that freed your soul. That, my beloved, is divine justice, not revenge, but revelation. You are no longer a victim of betrayal, you are a vessel of transformation. You are no longer defined by who left you, you are defined by who you are becoming. And heaven is rejoicing, because you have passed the test. You didn't let bitterness win. You didn't let pain poison your heart. You chose love. You chose forgiveness. You chose me. And now, I choose to bless you openly. Everything that was stolen from you, peace, confidence, love, opportunity, I will return multiplied. I will send people who will love you honestly. I will open doors that no betrayal can close. I will turn your tears into triumphs and your heartbreak into hallelujahs. So, my child, stand firm in faith. Do not look back with sadness, look forward with certainty. Because what is coming will make sense of everything that hurt you. Justice is already unfolding. Truth is already revealing. And your awakening has already begun. This is the moment your soul steps into its divine glow, where no betrayal can reach, and no darkness can follow. Your story is not one of loss anymore. It is a story of divine victory. And this victory, my beloved, belongs to you. My child, the story that once broke you is now about to bless you. The season that once felt like a curse is now turning into your greatest testimony. The pain that once drowned you will soon be the reason you rise higher than ever before. You have walked through betrayal, heartbreak, and silence. You have known what it feels like to lose people who once promised to stay forever. And yet, look at you, still standing, still breathing, still filled with love. That is not weakness, my beloved, that is divine strength. You see, I never left you, not for a moment. Even when you felt like the whole world turned against you, my presence was surrounding you like invisible armor. Every tear you cried was collected in my hands. Every silent prayer you whispered reached my heart. Every lonely night became the soil where your new blessings began to grow. You thought the story ended when they left, but what you didn't know was that I was writing a new beginning, one that would not break, one that no human could take away. Now, I am about to show you what divine reward looks like. The people who left with arrogance will look back with regret. The ones who mocked your pain will watch your joy overflow. The same eyes that once saw you broken will see you blooming. And they will realize, it was never you who lost, it was them. Your soulmate and best friend who betrayed you are now facing what they planted. Their laughter turned into confusion, their comfort turned into distance. Because what is built on lies cannot survive the truth for long. They are realizing that they traded something priceless, your pure heart, for something temporary. You, my child, were the light in their life, and without you, their world has grown dim. They thought the grass was greener elsewhere, but now they see it was only painted. Their hearts feel the emptiness they once made you feel, and no matter how far they travel, they cannot escape the echo of their own actions. But don't celebrate their pain, my beloved. I am not showing you their downfall for revenge. I am showing you that divine order always returns balance. That what is done with pure intention is always rewarded, and what is done with deception always returns to the sender. Now, I am preparing to bring your restoration, not quietly, but abundantly. You will see doors open that were once shut tightly against you. You will meet souls who love you not because they need something, but because they see your light. You will finally understand why I allowed that heartbreak to happen. Because if they had stayed, you would have settled for less than what I planned for you. I know you once dreamed of growing old with your soulmate, but that was only a part of the story, not the whole one. Sometimes I let people exit your life because they were never meant to walk into the destiny I have prepared for you. You are not the same person who was left behind. The pain has purified you. The silence has strengthened you. The loneliness has made you closer to me. You have become someone who no longer needs validation to feel loved, because now you know that my love is more than enough. This next season, my child, is your season of return, the return of peace, of joy, of purpose, of love. Everything that was taken from you will come back in a form so beautiful that you will weep, not out of pain, but out of gratitude. You will meet someone who will not play with your emotions, who will not compare you to others, who will not make you question your worth. This person will see you the way I see you, precious, whole, and divine. They will come into your life not to fix your broken pieces, but to honor the masterpiece that you already are. That is my reward for you. The one who left was only the lesson. The one I am sending is the blessing. This new love will not come with confusion or competition. It will come with peace. You won't need to chase or beg, it will flow naturally, because it will be written in divine timing. And your former soulmate, the one who walked away, will witness this transformation. They will see you glowing, happy, fulfilled. They will remember the days they had your love and realize they will never experience that kind of purity again. They will try to reach you again, my child, not because they suddenly became good, but because they will see that the peace you carry cannot be found anywhere else. But by then, you will have outgrown them. Your soul will no longer crave what once hurt it. You will smile, not with anger, but with compassion. You will say in your heart, I forgive you, but I have moved on. And that moment will be your final victory, the proof that your heart has fully healed. For every night you cried, I am sending you a season of laughter. For every person who betrayed you, I am sending you people who will protect you. For every door that closed, I am opening a gate to miracles you didn't even ask for. This is divine repayment. This is the harvest of your faith. You have walked through betrayal, and now you will walk in blessings. You have known heartbreak, and now you will know divine love. You have faced rejection, and now you will be chosen, not by man, but by destiny. My child, this chapter of pain is over. You have completed the lesson. You have forgiven those who hurt you, and now heaven celebrates your strength. You did not allow darkness to consume your light. You chose compassion over hatred, surrender over control, faith over fear, and because of that, your reward will overflow. Soon, you will look back and say, it was good that it happened. Because if it hadn't, I wouldn't have found myself. I wouldn't have found God in the silence. That's how miracles begin, not when everything is perfect, but when you rise despite everything being broken. And I am proud of you, my child. You didn't give up. You didn't let betrayal harden your heart. You still love, still believe, still pray. That kind of faith moves heaven. Now, lift your head high. Walk in peace. Carry no bitterness, no resentment, no regret, because your soul has been cleansed by my love. I am sending you new beginnings, new paths, new blessings, new people. Everything that once hurt you will become the soil that grows your blessings. Every loss will return multiplied. You will rise so gracefully that even those who betrayed you will stand in silence, realizing that they were never powerful enough to destroy what I have chosen to bless. This is your divine turnaround. This is the part where pain transforms into peace, where tears turn into joy, where endings become beginnings. And as you move forward, remember this truth: love never truly leaves your life, it only changes form. The love you once gave to someone unworthy is returning to you in the form of self-love, spiritual growth, and divine alignment. You will no longer ask, why did they do this to me? Instead, you will whisper, thank you, God, for showing me who I really am. Because now you know, you were never broken, only being rebuilt. You were never abandoned, only redirected. You were never forgotten, only being prepared. And what's coming will be so beautiful, it will make sense of every tear. Your soulmate and your best friend may have written you out of their story, but I have written you into something eternal, a destiny filled with peace, purpose, and divine love. So rest now, my child. Let the past go. Let peace flow into your heart. You have done enough. You have forgiven enough. You have grown enough. Now it is my turn to move. I am bringing you to a place where your heart will never have to wonder again. A place where love will stay. A place where your soul will finally feel at home. That is my promise. That is your reward. You are stepping into your divine season of restoration, where everything you lost returns in a better form. Where every tear becomes a blessing. Where every heartbreak turns into healing. And where your soul finally rests in my peace. So, go forward, my beloved. The story is not over, it's only beginning. And this time, it will be filled with joy, purpose, and love that never leaves. Because heaven has already written your victory. And your new life starts now.